Hey, good morning. It's about 20 minutes to 5 on Tuesday. What's it, the 17th, I think? 18th? I'm not sure. It's Tuesday, though. Peck's Corner, it is still cold. It's only about 30 degrees. Never really got above freezing overnight. I came into the shelter last night, and it was just cold. I got water right before I got to the shelter. Got my hands a little wet. Fingers got really cold. So I had to spend a lot of energy getting my hands warmed up, getting the tent set up, getting changed. By then, I was just cold. I ate. It was even hard to chew. My face was cold, my jaw was cold. I guess I was beginning to get a little hypothermic. My core felt good, but it was just the extremities. So finally, I just hung my bear bag, got into the tent, and got myself warmed up. I slept really warm all night. I'm comfortable now. I just really hate the idea of getting out of the tent. I have to run down the hill, get water from the piped-in spring. Just gonna risk getting my hands wet and cold again, starting out first thing this morning. But I do need to get going because it's a 13.6 mile day, plus the 0.4 that we have to hike off this trail to get back on the ATs. They talk about embrace the suck when things aren't going that great. I guess this is one of those mornings. Just got to embrace it and get moving. I know once I get moving, I'll get warmed up. Now I've also got the issue of the metatarsal pads that I put in my shoes. Probably going to take the one out of the right shoe. My right foot doesn't feel like it really necessarily needs it. And I think I'm going to have to trim down the pad in the left shoe. My foot wasn't as sore as it is normally without the pad, but it did create a little bit of irritation yesterday. I don't want to start right out like that. So, although I want to make an early start out of here, I'd like to get on trail by 5:30. Realistically, it's probably going to be like 6:30 by the time I get everything packed up and get everything done that I need to get done. So, I'm going to get to it. We'll see you guys on trail. Okay, Peck's Corner Shelter. There's the AT. And here's the AT. Here's the 0.4 mile backtrack trail that just came up. That leads down to Peck's Corner Shelter. It's about 7 a.m. Wednesday. Temperature has come up. It's about 34 degrees. And I don't have any, just got my base layers on right now. I figure hiking will keep me warm enough. The breeze is down. I got the water I needed, did not freeze my fingers. That was a bonus. And all in all, it's not feeling too bad this morning. I did get a storm alert on my watch. I'm not sure how to check those yet. I never really did read the instructions. I just kind of put it on and started going. So I'll have to check into that. Maybe when I get cell service, I'll check the weather and see what they've got to say. But we got a 13.4 or 13.6 mile day today. It's going to be a big day, tough day. I did trim down the metatarsal pad in my left shoe. It just felt like it was too much and it was really pressing into my foot, causing some irritation. That being said, my foot did do better yesterday with the pad in. So maybe with the pad kind of shaved down a little bit, it'll work better. But we're going to give it a try. And we'll get there one way or the other. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the next stop. Okay, 7:45. We've been hiking for about an hour. We've got about a mile down trail, 0.8, 0.9, something like that. Not including the 0.4 that we had to take on the side trail from Peck's. It's pretty much all been uphill, and we got to a point where we got a sunrise. So just wanted to video that. There's not much more in the way of views right now. If we get some, I'll definitely capture them since we didn't get any yesterday. But there, good morning, and here's a sunrise for you. Well, speaking of views, another 30 yards down the trail and we just found one. Well, you can see out that way forever. Maybe you can pick up the flashing light at a cell tower or something at an airfield maybe. But yeah, terrific view this morning. Survey marker, more of that view. Folks, I believe that might be Fontana Lake out that way that we crossed over several days back. And then here's what we got without all the trees in the way. Yeah, it's just something spectacular. Absolutely spectacular view. Okay, we've come up on Tri-Corner Shelter. You kind of see the roof there down the trail. We've got about a mile to go up on the AT. We haven't come very far, and probably not quite a quarter mile, but it's been a pretty steep up. And that's gonna do it for our long big ups today. We still have a long way to hike, another probably 6.5, 7 miles, but most of it's downhill and the ups aren't super long. So I think we'll be in good shape. I did forget to video. I stopped and took a break here just a few minutes ago. I had to shave down those metatarsal pads a little more. They feel pretty good now. Got to sit in the sun and eat lunch and get hydrated. Feeling pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and tackle this last 1 mile. It should be the final, hardest, steep, difficult, long up of the Smokies. Everything else should be pretty reasonable compared to this. So let's get it out of the way. Okay, not much to see here. Got all these spruce or pine trees, fir trees, whatever they are. They got needles high up on the canopy. These lower parts, just to walk through them, all these things look dead. They're not super healthy, it doesn't appear to be. But anyway, we have cleared the highest point. We're going over the top of it right now. And I mean, it's literally right there. The trail doesn't cross across the top, and I'm not heading up there today. But then we got about 3/4 of a mile, and we'll have another probably 100-foot tall uphill section, about a half a mile, 3/4 of a mile long. And then it looks like it's pretty much downhill from there the rest of the day. So here we are, and let's get down there. Okay, we're not there yet, but we're headed down to Low Gap Shelter, or Low Gap. Yeah, I guess that was Low Gap Shelter we just passed. My bad. So I got a warning from Kentucky crew a few days ago that the blowdowns were as bad as they'd ever seen them. And I'm at that spot now. I figured I would show you guys. We already crawled through several of them down trail down there. And I'm sure by the looks of the trees out there, I'm sure there's a lot more to go. It's a shame. The weather just has wreaked havoc on these through here. And so, anyway, I'm glad it's not a windy day today. You have more hazardous blowdowns around us. Pretty calm, sun's out. This is the best weather and temperature we've had since I got on trail yesterday at Newfound Gap. It's only been like this for about 5 minutes and I'm really enjoying it. Not even an eighth of a mile past those blowdowns, and we got another nice view. It looks like Fontana Lake off in the distance. I don't know if this is Cosby down below us. I'll have to take a look on the map and figure that out, but a little haze, but beautiful stretch. Nice long views. Haven't had those in a while. I'm gonna move up here and see if I can shoot a little further down to the left. Get some of those obstructions out of the way. Oh yeah. Okay, not a whole lot for views right now. Got 0.4 miles until we get to the shelter, which is great. 13.5 miles. My feet, my ankles are hurting really bad. I think it's my shoes. I think it's part my insoles. I think it's part these metatarsal pads that I put in, and probably other stuff. But that's fine. We just keep pressing on. These pads I got make a little bit of a difference. Feet seem to be a little better than they otherwise might have been. Okay, here we are. Here's the trail. And here's 10 miles downhill tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that. My feet are screaming after 6 miles of downhill today. Let's see what we have here. I can hear people down here, so I want to get in everybody's faces. I'll just try to get a shot of the shelter and we'll call it good.